YNW Melly's mother has taken safety precautions after the sister of son's alleged murder victim reportedly took aim at her on social media. On Tuesday, July 11th, the rapper's defense team raised concerns about his mother Jamie King's safety before testimony resumed during his murder trial. According to law and crime reporter Terry Austin, the sister of YNW Juvie, one of two associates alleged to have been killed by Melly in October 2018, threatened Melly's mother on social media. It's unclear what the threats were exactly. Earlier this morning, outside the presence of the jury, defense counsel said that Juvie's sister posted online that she would attack Jamie King. Austin wrote on Twitter, "Jamie now has a bodyguard. Wow." In response, Judge John Murphy offered to provide additional security to King if needed, although the court determined that one bodyguard was enough protection for now. After a week-long hiatus, YNW Melly's murder trial resumed in Broward County, Florida, earlier this week. The prosecution's final two witnesses took the stand, which seemed to be damning for the Murder on My Mind rapper, who was accused of murdering his two friends, Christopher YNW Juvie Thomas Jr. and Anthony YNW Sackchaser Williams, in October 2018. Local10.com was in the courtroom on Monday, July 10th, where Trevin Milliot testified that he'd seen YNW Melly in different clothes after the murders of Juvie and Sackchaser. "We were supposed to have a 12-hour session," said Glass, referring to the meeting he was slated to have with Melly at the New Era recording studios in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. But according to Glass, he'd fallen asleep as the night drew on, only to be awoken by his phone alerting him of the shootings. When Glass arrived at Fredo Bang's house, he spotted YNW Melly, and he wasn't wearing the same clothes. Last month, YNW Melly's camp suffered a legal setback when crime scene detective Sergeant Christopher Williams, who was called to the witness stand by the prosecution, determined that the fatal bullets that killed the YNW members came from inside the car that they were riding in at the time of their death, not outside. "The shooting happened from somebody inside the car," Williams said as he recreated the crime scene for the jury. He added the angles of the projectiles going into the victims' bodies do not change, and that he likely missed these details the first time around because he had been testing the scene for a drive-by. Sergeant Williams went on to say that Juvie, real name Christopher Thomas Jr., was shot in the head at close range from the left in the middle of his cheek while he was facing forward. Part of the wound had an abrasion ring on it, he said of the entrance wound, citing the tattoo of the stippling as evidence. Meanwhile, YNW Melly's mother faced a setback of her own mid-trial, when the stress of it all resulted in her having a heart attack.